Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Sunday Club. We are still awaiting Pallavi and AIM. Professor, as you can see, is with me. And before we start the discussion for the Sunday Club, I just wanted to pay my tributes, and I'm sure Professor will join me in offering tributes to the many who died 15 years ago on 26/11 during those attacks, the terror attacks. And of course, our martyrs from the forces, from the police who helped capture Kasab in one case, save so many lives in another. Uh, as you all know, I'm a hotelier, so I personally knew a lot of people, and I've worked both at the Taj and the Oberoi. So I knew a lot of people who were caught up in the attacks, and it was a very traumatic 3 days for all of us. One of my closest friends worked at the Oberoi Mumbai, and the time the attack started was a time that he would have been there in the lobby, but fortunately. It was just a matter of chance that he left for a wedding that morning. So, but another student of mine lost his life. Someone else I knew was shot. Very, very traumatic, and I don't think it's anything that I'll personally forget. And my appeal to everyone is to always remember this incident and those who were lost and those who were saved. So, Professor, you want to say something before we move on to our conversation?
Uh, you know, uh, there are so many things striking about that particular day. First is we were completely taken by surprise, the audacity of it that somebody would actually try to do so. And our sheer unpreparedness, our leading cops were taken out in the opening moves of that particular drastic game. And it is the rank and file of the Mumbai police who actually saved India from harassment. I mean, Tukaram Omble caught Kasab red handed, took so many bullets on himself, but ensured that this person was caught red handed, he was caught alive. Because remember, the way they came in, they were supposed to have been described as Hindus. And it appeared that a post incident script was also prepared, that this would be seen as Hindu terror, as subsequent statements and statements then basically came out. So I think what saved us was the rank and file action of the Mumbai police. I mean, that saved the day. The inherent resilience of the Mumbai cars, and that was exemplified by the manner in which the the Grand, what is it? The Grand Hotel, right? What is it?
No, no, no. The Grand Hotel is in Kolkata. That's our next topic.
Beachfront.
And
What is the beachfront hotel?
yeah,
Seafront
they're
hotel.
different.
The Tatas had their hotel out,
Taj,
open the next day.
The
The
Taj.
Taj open the next day, even though the manager had suffered great personal loss. So that is
Yeah,
the kind of things that I remember. But
Mr.
why? What I
Karambi. Yeah, Mr.
yeah, but
Karambi
what yeah, Karanvika. What
lost his
disturbs
family.
me now? What disturbs me now is this spiel that is being given that the best thing that the government of India did after those attacks was actually to do nothing. This line has been being peddled by Swaminathan Ankleshwar Iyer, and it's also been peddled by Thomas Friedman. That the best thing we did was to do nothing, and look, it's given us dividends. This is the kind of nonsense, unfortunately, we are in a sense being fed, and I think we deserve it because we didn't analyze it, name the guilty parties, bring them to book as we should have. Now that you know now we are facing the consequences of our inaction, our intellectual inaction, whereby the people who should have done something did nothing, and their minions are now coming to the media and saying, look, what we did was a stroke of genius, that we did nothing at all. What does it
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. So now let's just move on. Since our two non-serious guests are here, we can now move on from a very serious topic.
Why do you say that?
I
Why do
wonder
you say
why I
that?
say that. Maybe because these are the kind of comments we're getting.
let me be honest. What happened on 26/11 was absolutely, absolutely tragic. It was a complete failure on the part of Shivraj Patil, that jerk of a home minister who was more busy changing his clothes rather than attending to the crisis that was unfolding. The Bombay police behaved in an exemplary manner. There were sleeper cells of which we had no information. Let's be honest. To go from Gateway of India to Alibag, you need 14 permissions from the sea master. To then say that Kasab came all the way merrily from Karachi, sailed on our seas, and no one stopped him. I mean, it's a bit far fetched. The conspiracy hasn't been gotten into in a deep manner to my mind. I happened to be at the Taj that evening. I stepped out to the Kolaba Agiari for a wedding reception, Bachi Karkaria's son's wedding, and I got saved. In fact, I was staying at the Taj and I was coming back to the Taj. And the concierge there, Satish Gaikwad, he was the one who alerted me, saying, "Don't come, there is shooting going on." We all thought it was gang wars, little
Yeah.
realizing that what was going to unfold.
Hmm.
But if you go back in time, Vilas Rao Deshmukh appeared on the fourth day, but he appeared with Ram Gopal Verma in tow. And then they were
Yeah.
planning to make a movie. That's how
Yes.
frivolous things were. Can
Hmm.
you imagine, Advaita, when the when the commandos landed, when the national security guards landed in Bombay, they were ferried from the airport to the Taj Chabad House, Oberoi, VT in buses. They did not
Oh,
even, they could have been choppered, they could have been, put on helicopters, and because it was urgent.
yeah.
Now,
Oh, they remember
Israel,
their plane didn't take off forever. They were
yeah,
sitting
now
there in the plane
Israel,
and it wasn't leaving.
yeah, yeah. Now, if you'd stop interrupting, let me give you the real dope because you have facetious information. Israel, when this whole attack happened, offered to send the Mossad to send their people. India refused. So, we allowed 20 people to hold a country at that time of 1.1 billion people to ransom for 4 days.
Hmm.
4 days. There were 20 people. People were unwilling to take them on. You see, when Sandeep Krishnan was martyred, the kind of losses we have experienced, it is unheard of. There was no SOP put in motion. There was no crisis management team identified. So that's the real tragedy. And I don't think we've learned. I don't know. I mean, Abhijit is an expert on defense matters. I really don't know if we've learned our lessons. And who showed courage? Who showed bravery? Ratan Tata and R.K. Krishnakumar by standing outside the Taj all night. Karambir Kang,
Yeah.
people at the Oberoi, people at the Trident, people at Chhatrapati Shivaji Terminus. These were ordinary people showing great bravery. But the government and all, they were clueless. Do you
Hmm.
know M.K. Narayanan was the NSA at that point in time? Word got to them at 9:45 that this is happening. Vilasrao Deshmukh was not even in the city. He was somewhere in Kerala or Tamil Nadu. I mean, it was chaotic. By about 11:30, 12, and all these guys in Delhi were at a party. So, it is really, really tragic.
Yeah. Yeah. I got a message from Ratan Keswani saying, watching your show, someone should ask how five cabs popped up outside the fisherman's colony at busy time and were never found. Strange. Definitely some sort of
Exactly.
local
Which
support.
is what I'm saying. 100% ये मिली जुली किसी की भगत थी. It's not as if no one knew.
Hmm.
Advaita, you're someone who's pretty well known, thanks to us. I mean, even you don't stop traffic. Now, can you imagine these guys who are totally unknown were able to stop traffic, were able to hail a cab? In Bombay, you can grow old trying to hail a cab. These guys got into it merrily, yeah. So that's the tragedy.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, and you're absolutely right about ordinary people. I was just talking about my friend who was at the Oberoi but had left for a wedding. The very next day, he took the first flight. and came back because he said that, and stood outside because to help and say, okay, this is the way, this is where you can go and from different access points. So providing information. Oh God, it was a
Who was his friend?
terrible. Abhimanyu Lodha. He was uh, posted at the Oberoi, my batchmate. So it was just
It's
awful.
yeah, okay.
Keep
Next,
quiet.
you say Kasab was also your batchmate. You anyway, you and
Kasa
your
was not my
batchmates.
batchmate, but one of my students died in this attack, terrible attack. One was shot, but survived. So it was horrible. Abhijit, so let's just move on to the topic of the day. Abhijit, Mahua Moitra, whatever that means. And Pallavi is here. Great. Good timing, Pallavi, because we're just about to launch into the Sunday club of the day. Pallavi, thank you for joining us.
Bohua. That's
Okay.
Bohua's here. And why is Dipankar looking green? Suhail, that's a
Green?
bit too much.
This
It's
is
Green,
Bohua.
Bahua
Very bad.
Moitra.
green is the
Bahua
color of money, yeah.
It is
Green is
इससे
the
my
color
बहू
of money.
commitment.
और
It is my
बहू से
commitment
भॉय
to the
आता है
Sunday
तो
club.
मोइत्रा.
Yeah, it's my
God, look at.
commitment to the Sunday club that even though I'm not too well, not to disappoint my viewers, the family of viewers, the very few who actually watch this Sunday club, I I wanted to keep my commitment to them, and therefore I said, let me come on.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
no.
Thank you for your courage, Suhail. It's much appreciated. Unlike Advaita Kala, who, has no courage and just keeps running away and not hosting Sunday Club on Sundays.
Yeah.
Okay.
Commitment.
That is at hurt. Because apparently one Sunday club was not done on a Sunday and he was not called.
Oh, also all this politics is also going on. Nice. Acha. By the way, we're having, those of you who want to know, we're having Words Count in February 2024, which is a festival of words. And
Of
we'll give you
what?
more
Of
details
words?
of the festival of words.
Yeah, I heard
And
what?
okay, so we'll give more details as we get closer to
Speaking
the
of
date.
words, are you allowed to make sentences?
Yes. Pallavi,
Funny. Very funny, Abhijit.
I know. I mean, they're tragic actually. They're not funny. But Pallavi, I want to come to you very quickly. Just give us the update, the
Shocking.
big news
Well, you're
update.
just sitting by while I'm being homophobically attacked on this program.
Okay, everyone's a victim on this show. Love
Yes.
it. Pallavi, okay, what's the latest on Mahua Moitra this week? There was a big development.
Yeah, that PE, right? Which has been filed by the CBI. So, well, I mean, her income tax thing is come up as a big issue because I think that's the point which is being made that, she declared income tax, which is good, and it's not very high. But how did she have a very flamboyant lifestyle? I don't know if you people were discussing this just before I joined in,
Mhm.
but even within the party, there is this, I don't know, there is this whole sense of discussion about what is the next step which Pinaki is going to take. Will he stay with her? Will he dump her? Or,
Oh,
will the party be with him? Because, clearly she's also run out of friends now. So she has, Pinaki is definitely helping her out. So, I mean, and let's see, I mean, what happens in the parliament session first day. I think she'll be expelled, obviously.
what is the first day of Parliament? What's the date?
Fourth. So the procedure will be simple. The ethics committee report is going to be adopted, and then whoever. I mean, I think it'll be this one. Yeah, either Rajnath Singh or someone. They'll stand up and they'll propose that she should be disqualified. They have the numbers, and she gets disqualified, but she's just expelled. She can still contest the next time round, but that's where they need to convict her. So what I'm told is that's when the CBI is going to start. They've already started doing the investigations. They've already got in touch with all the stakeholders. They've got all their masala. But an FIR registry will only happen when the ethics committee report is actually formally becomes a property of parliament. I mean, it's just a committee report. So once
Hmm.
that happens, then the CBI files an FIR. Then all the stakeholders will be called in. I'm sure that Jay will be called in and Darshan maybe. Then of course Mahua and all of them. So CBI sources claim that they have a lot of masala and very pukta masala. But today someone tells me that apparently she's
Masala and evidence are two different things, yeah.
evidence. Yeah.
Yeah.
So by masala I mean the evidence. By masala I mean the evidence. They have a lot of stuff on her, which somehow cannot be corroborated. Her property dealings, that's what they are saying. But the thing is that, apparently she is also not one to give up. I'm sure it's going to be a dirty fight. I'm sure she's going to make life hell for, somehow not so much on Darshan as now, but Jay वगैरह के ऊपर तो करेगी ना, Nishikant, Jay, the Adanis.
Life hell, or she's going to make a lot of sound. I think we'll be treated to a lot of decibels, but I don't think
But
life
I'm
will be
sure,
hell for
Dipankar,
anybody.
that she must be getting good legal advice. I'm told she's getting good legal advice. I'm sure she's not going to make it. See, this is a do or die battle for her. She has to win this fight.
Absolutely. Given the fact it's a do or die battle, she'll scream and shout. But as for legal advice, what kind of legal advice can help her now? I mean, the kind of evidence that people are putting out in the open in one of her experiments, and this gent on the show sometimes hints at evidence and which somebody else brings out. So, with the kind of evidence that is coming in the public domain and much more to come out, I think she is in a tight spot. Look, if the case against her had been all that flimsy, her party would have supported her. I mean, openly and vociferously. I mean, as a gesture to convention, they're going through the motions, etc. But she does not have support. I mean, who are the ones who are tweeting in her favor? Majid Mehman. Okay, that's okay. Some people from the Congress. Okay. But I
And
don't see the
who
kind
from
of
the Congress?
vociferously.
There's a Nilanjan Das who's doing for the TMC, the social media department. Congress में कौन बोला? By now, what are we expecting?
Jairam Ramesh.
Rahul Gandhi.
A
Jairam ने
tweet from
दिया?
I saw a tweet from Jairam Ramesh. Yeah.
No, it
Okay.
was a retweet. It was a retweet. He didn't tweet
Oh,
anything.
No, see,
okay,
I tell you one thing. Rahul Gandhi was asked this question at the press conference because both of them have a pet topic, but he dodged it. I
What did
don't
he
think
say?
they want to. Nothing. He just changed the topic.
Oh,
Because this is a favorite topic, right? This is something which even she talks about and he talk about.
hmm, hmm, hmm.
I'm really surprised that the Congress with Rahul Gandhi. I mean, I think she counted on that also. That Rahul Gandhi or someone will say something,
but see what?
तो उसके political witch hunt हो रहा है, institutions are being compromised. ये भी तो बोल सकते थे, वो भी तो नहीं बोला.
ठीक है, बोल दिया. The question is the following: a real supporter, to be of real help, has to cite a point of law or to point at the nature of the evidence, that this evidence is not enough, etc. I think everybody will say witch hunt, etc., etc. Either they or their representatives. This is not going to help her.
So do
her-
you think in Parliament, do you think there'll be an opposition walkout or something if she's expelled or suspended or whatever happens? What are the odds of something that kind of a response coming from the I.in. whatever alliance?
the Indie
She's
Alliance,
certainly
I
going to
think, will make
expect
a lot
that
of
now.
sound.
Huh?
See, if you go through the report, in the ethics committee report, which basically give the minutes of that meeting with the ethics committee, the whole idea of walking out was actually Mahua Moitra. Beach mein, so the conversation goes where when she's asked this question that when you went abroad, आप किसके साथ गए थे, किसके साथ वो बातचीत किया था phone पे. And then she starts saying that things like, how can you ask me? This is a Draupadi ka Cheerharan and all of that stuff. And then one voice gets up, I think Uttam Reddy of the Congress, who gets up and says that, हाँ ये गलत सवाल है, कावल सवाल. Then after some time she says, I'm not going to be a party to this questioning. I think I'll walk out. All of you should also walk out. And then they walk out. So I think she'll expect the same to happen inside Parliament, that when she's asked to disqualify, I'm sure, I know this for a fact that many in the BJP are prepared for this, that she's going to create a scene. The moment they say, okay, we pass a resolution and she's going to be out, वो कुछ चिल्लम चिल्ली करेगी ना, because
By the way,
she'll talk to the
BJP
media.
is not upset with it. The BJP is not upset with it because
They're
then
not
they'll
upset
pass
with
a
it.
whole slew of new motions by voice vote without any debate or anything like that. So they actually want her to start screeching so that and stage a walkout so that they can just pass a few hundred
Laws.
resolution amendments and God knows what not just like that.
Look, her default mode
But
is
they're
to
walking
screech.
out for Mahua is different now, Vijay. They're walking out for Mahua. She would want that kind of a support.
Sure. She would want that kind of a support, but the cost
Which is
of her
useless.
no debate on hundreds of bills that the government plans to introduce.
Yeah.
So they can have a choice. Either you support Mahua or you debate the bills. Okay. And the
Hmm.
BJP's counter attack will be, देखो इनको Mahua Moitra is more important than all the bills
The
that they
bill.
claim is important for them.
And that they're always supporting someone who, in the eyes of the BJP, has been say that they are corrupt. And देखो ये लोग सब corruption को support कर रहे हैं. Because
Yeah.
by that
So
time the CBI will jump in. I mean, CBI
I
either
have
will do a
So,
proper
see,
FIR.
that's the question I want to ask. The BJP strategy, of course, is pretty clear on this. What is the opposition strategy? Are they even going to have one? Is she important enough for them to have one to be made
see,
like a sort of martyr
apparently,
to call?
But the
apparently
topic
nobody
is
is taking this seriously. But nobody is taking this seriously. Not the Congress, not the TMC. The TMC is told to do 1 day of tamasha and after that get back to normal. That's what they've been told. That's what my sources are telling me. Pallavi, are your sources telling you anything any different?
my one TMC leader told me that thank God I'm not in Lok Sabha because they don't want to do it. You're right, they don't want to do it, but look at this change in the stand of the TMC also. Now, from initially saying that she will defend herself and we're watching the situation, then we are going to decide what next action has to be taken. See, also remember when everyone is storm-topping Mamata Banerjee's comment, but she was speaking at a workers' conference. The
Yeah.
other workers also they are more important for her because she's got those Lok Sabha elections to contest. She has to give a pep talk to the workers and listen, don't worry, Didi is not going to leave you. Everyone who's supporting Mahua took it as her blanket support for Mahua. That's not, because as I was told, that listen to her one line, whatever she has been saying inside, she'll now have to say it outside. So they are also reconciled to the fact that she's going to be expelled and all of that. But there
They
is
took
strong
forever to say
evidence.
anything, also, right? They took
But
forever to
yeah,
say.
see, Anwar, at
Look,
this point
there's
of time, they have to contest elections, 2024. This time, the BJP has to do, the TMC has to do much, much better than what they did last time round. Last time, this is where she underestimated the BJP. This time, she has to win a large chunk of it.
Now, you see, I
So,
just want to take this opportunity to condemn the vicious harassment of Honorable Sushri Mahua Moitra ji, highly respected member of parliament and New York Times columnist. I think this is harassment that is because of the fact that, none of these other MPs have ever written in the New York Times, and they're jealous that only Mahua Moitra has written in the New York Times. None of them have been featured in the Guardian in a full profile, and she has. And these kind of highly respectable columns featuring her clearly riles them up. I've even heard within the TMC, there is a movement beginning called Mamta Hatao Mahua Lao, because Mamta Didi was totally right. This is making Mahua Maitra so popular that she will become, I promise you, she will become the next chief minister of Bengal before becoming the prime minister of India. I think not Rahul Gandhi, is the focal point at which the opposition will start gaining steam and finally defeat this genocidal and fascistic government and come to power. That said, I also have certain other gossip. I am hearing I am hearing on the grapevine. I shall not tell you, obviously, I can't reveal my sources. But today I tweeted out her tax filings with the Lok Sabha and her declaration of parliamentary assets. At no point has she ever earned more than 8 lakhs, and that was in 2012, 2013. Since then, it's only been something like about a few lakhs every year. And, her total assets are only 2.64 crores. Now, the problem there is, how can somebody with assets of just 2.64 crores be buying so many Ferragamos and Rolexes, unless, of course, they're Sarojini Nagar originals, Rolexes and Ferragamos and things like that? Number one. Number two, 2.64 crores mark that declaration. It is very important because the next bomb, my sources tell me, is going to be revelations of real estate purchases. She has declared zero immovable property, but apparently significant real estate purchases are going to be revealed, including flats in Dubai, houses in Kolkata, and houses in London, worth several tens, if not more, crores, which may then be claimed as loans. The issue, of course, is she hasn't even declared loans. She has declared loan of 6 lakhs towards payment of a 9 lakh rupee Scorpio in her tax declaration. And this is what I'm hearing. I can't vouch for this, but this is the what
But
my
Abhijit,
source.
I also want to know one thing. How will they link the fact that she doesn't have a very high income and therefore she's been traveling abroad and gifts with her taking money to ask questions? Uska proof kahan se milega? How will they find that? I mean, anyone can give you a gift. You've got a very rich boyfriend or something, na?
Yeah, so that is based on the fact that this person who's been giving her gifts says that it was in return for asking questions, and has shared his IP address, showing that
Hmm.
he was the one who inputted the
No,
questions. So
he's not said that. He's not said that based on his affidavit. He has not said that he was
that
giving
is
gift all for questions, asking questions.
No, he's
Nowhere has
not
he.
saying that. But when CBI starts investigating, and obviously he's also going to be one of the person who's going to be
Hmm.
called in, he may say that. Na? Uska bhi to
yes.
credibility is at stake.
But
And by the
as of
way,
now, he's not
this
said
is
that.
the affidavit. This is the affidavit that you know about.
Yeah,
How do
there's
you know
another
that there
one.
are more
I'm
affidavits?
only talking about what's in the public domain. I'm not talking about
So
anything. I don't have any access.
I'm purvey. I'm because I have always taken such an anti-fascistic stance. I have always kept my antlers up, and I have my sharp, piercing eyes on this government and its internal workings. It's SS style deep internal workings, and I can exclusively reveal that there is in fact another affidavit.
Oh, hmm. Interesting. Interesting.
Achha,
So,
by the way, one of the things that makes quiz the pitch for her is also that the Supreme Court on Adani has taken quite a remarkable stand. He says, on Hindenburg, what is the evidence of wrongdoing?
Yeah, yeah,
So I
that's
mean,
very significant
nothing
actually.
nothing related to this particular case, but when the Supreme Court
No,
asked
no,
him this
no. But
question,
Dipankar, it's going to have a bearing on the case. So I don't know. I need to talk to some lawyer. And apparently, I was just being told that there's some big case in the Supreme Court which is pending, and the judge who was handling that case retired in September, and that case would have a huge bearing. Apparently, there is something a judgment or expected, or and that's what the case hearing is all about, where anyone who uses their MP office to ask questions for money or something like that, then they're going to be impeached for life. They can never ever contest elections or have a political career even beyond that 6 years. So I was told you cross check this because this judgment may come out very soon. So it's not that there are things not happening. There are things happening. You're right, Dipankar. This thing what has just come in, the Supreme Court on Adani's and that Prashant Bhushan
hmm,
you're talking about, right? That's
yeah,
important.
yeah.
We are just seeing the upar ka na. You can call yourself Moitra, but you don't know the entire masala, Vijit.
Mm.
No, this
He,
fellow
la-
apparently does.
he has his closet support for Mahua Moitra.
See, not closet. I think anybody who follows me on Twitter knows that I have been the most strident foot soldier of Team Mahua Moitra. I have been supporting her since day one against the calumny and the overzealousness of the Stasi of this vicious fascistic government. Thank you,
But
and
where's
thank you for
Suhail?
my
so
courage
Sohail
standing
is
up.
resting today. Sohail is
But
resting today. So there was also this conversation about her moving to the Congress in all likelihood because, like you mentioned, they have the same target, Rahul Gandhi and her. And this was not something that was really on the TMC's agenda, this attack on Adani, but it was definitely something that has been on the Congress agenda. How much truth is there to that, Pallavi?
I
Because
don't think. I don't think
one
Congress will
second, she's
take her.
not ready. She would have a plan B, or she should at least have a plan B if she wants to survive in political
She
life.
can have plan B, C, and D, but Congress should also have a plan to take her. मुझे doubt है Congress will take her. See, if she's going to be disqualified in this case against her, see, while the case is going on and investigations are going on, how can the Congress take her? Because the 2024 election will also be fought on corruption and all of that, right? So I don't know. I think
Come on,
Look,
there's so many parties, political parties, who have taken in leaders who do have corruption allegations and worse charges against them. I mean,
but Advaita, taking her on will also taking her into the party will also mean you take on Mamata Banerjee. I don't think Mamata Banerjee is going to be very happy with the idea or someone who's not in her party and Congress takes her. As it is, they have enough grievances on that.
I don't think Mamata will care, but I don't think that's her plan B. I think her plan B is a safety net in a sense that everything doesn't work out. Then perhaps somebody from the BJP tells the BJP, "Yeah, okay, you've expelled her from parliament. यहाँ तक छोड़ दो. Let's not pursue this any longer. She probably will stay quiet for some time."
She
That
will never stay
sounds like
quiet.
no. She could actually, if the alternate is going to jail, she could. But that is speculation. So that is I think, a feasible plan B for her. She may have an infeasible plan B you never know about, but that is a feasible plan B. Because here, the Congress cannot help her, Trinamool does not want to help her. The only party which can help her actually is the BJD. Okay, now will the BJP as an organization listen to an MP and help her out? We don't know. We don't
But
know.
why BJD? Then the BJD should support
Not
Pinaki.
support her. Not support her. Say, okay, you've thrown her out, well and good. Let's stop out here. She's executed. So let sleeping dogs lie. That is one deal that could be struck as a gentleman's deal from the BJD top brass to the BJP top brass. Okay, let us face it. The BJD top organization, the top guy, sometimes is influenced by somebody who speaks good English and has been to all the right institutions. Splendid chap, has run Odisha very well, but it's the kind of party in which these things count. So, I mean, look, if she is taken out of the equation, the political equation, put to a side, and nothing else done to her, I would say that was a good deal. That's a good deal. She may not think so. If she doesn't think so, that would be stupid. I think her cards will be revealed when the parliament meets.
Pallavi, I want to understand these charges, the CBI charges. What does it indicate? What is this a jailable offense?
Yeah,
What is
yeah.
or is it
No.
a
Very
civil?
much. 7 years, at least 7 years. Yeah.
At
I mean,
least
National
7.
Security Official Secrets Act.
Oh,
So
is
what are
that
the
it? Is it
So the
corruption?
allegations, both, na? So it makes it worse for her. Then if they apply that UAPA on her, if I'm not mistaken, it gets worse for her. So you see, I was just reading the papers, and I saw that there was one particular date which is in Jan 2021, where she did a login in the morning from Delhi Parliament House. Then Ratko in Kolkata, within a minute, there was another login which I think is from New York. Then 2 days later, there was a question in which there was definitely conflict of interest, because all along her argument has been there's been no conflict of interest between a Darshan Hiranandani's enterprises and that of Adani's. This particular question does not corroborate that, because the Hiranandanis are also getting into the optical fiber game and the financing of the MSMEs. So she asked two questions within these logins. One of them was on the optical fiber policy of the government. Another was on the what kind of a funding is the government planning as far as the small or the MSMEs or the small
Oh,
industrial
interesting.
sectors
So
are
basically,
concerned. So
Pallavi,
what they are
yeah,
working at?
let me come in here. Basically, what you're saying is that the logins from these foreign locations have been matched to the questions that were posted at that
That's what the
time.
work is.
And the
Yes.
questions that were posted had to do with Darshan Hiranandani's business interests, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, please go on.
So therefore, her saying that there was no, the questions were not asked, which did not help anyone, that is what the CBI is going to break down. That's what the CBI is going to say, that this is not true. And all that they need to do is, and I'm sure they have more, machinery or instrument in their hands than any of us have. I'm sure they're going to start doing the phone calls and, they track the call records. Sabka hoga track. I mean, Darshan ka to hoga, Mahua, Jay,
Uh,
Anand.
if this
And
was in the
Bahua
in
Moitra ka bhi hoga.
if this was in the works for a while before the accusations came into the public domain, because he's clearly had things listed out, then probably they were already tracking things while they were not aware. So Abhijit, go ahead, come in.
About what?
About this case. What else, since you
Specifically,
tweet
what
about
is
this so
saying?
much?
On
Dipankar,
what
why are you
aspect?
green?
I'm
Vijay,
Now,
not.
why are you cheating, Dipankar?
your face is
Yeah.
green.
He's jealous. He's
But
wishing he was
Filters
in
are
politics
blue.
and not academics.
green filter.
He's
No,
green
what
with
case do you want me to talk about? Because there's so much, you see.
So
The
tell us
fact
now, Bijit. Yeah, don't show off. Tell us then.
Don't be irritating
was
now.
about
Just
what?
get to the yeah.
Ask me a
What?
specific question.
Okay, before Abhijit gives us his pearls of wisdom, given the fact that a person in a sense has turned approver, you don't turn approver overnight. This is a result of pretty long negotiations with the law and order authorities, where your lawyers are also present. This has obviously has been in the works for quite some time. People have come to know for quite some time, at least in the government, this has been going on. And therefore, when one of these people turns approver, and it happens to be Darshan Hiranandani, then of course I think the government must be having serious evidence, okay, which will be revealed at an appropriate time in an appropriate form. Look, if you look at the defenders of Mahua Moitro, they are not talking about the government's case. What they are talking about is, here is a courageous lady who basically takes on the prime minister, the big business, etc., etc., and hence she is being victimized. They are not talking. These articles generally do not talk about what the charges are against her, whether these charges are frivolous or whether these charges have any substance. The entire narrative which is being built in her favor is that she's taking on the government and therefore she's being targeted.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, but that's sort of that is the trope that is trotted out every time anyone
Every
is
time, anywhere.
kind of legal trouble or any kind of
And
trouble. That's always
and
what's
that
said.
is why and
That
that is
carries.
why that is why the opposition parties in a sense are reticent about supporting her. Okay, as a gesture to convention, they will basically scream and shout for a single day and they'll come back to parliament the next day. I don't think she has any hope in that sense. Okay.
Hmm.
Um, it's the safety net I think she should be working on, and I think she's worked on that safety net.
You think she's already worked on the safety net?
Yeah, safety net. I mean, when worst comes to worst, she'll exit parliament and that's it.
अरे नहीं यार, you think she wouldn't want to win this
Going to
case?
get a lot worse than that, boss. She's going to jail for a very long time because I think the list of crimes here is very, very long. Right? It's not just the security aspect, it's the, and we already have the case of expulsion and things like that. She's crossed,
Expulsion, yes.
she's crossed too many lines, she's going to jail. This is a direct case of corruption. Like, just because, I mean, you can say, is there any rule of, uh, is there a rule in the constitution? Show me the rule in the constitution that says thou shalt not kill.
Hmm.
No,
It's not
it's
there.
there in the Indian Penal Code. There's a consequence for killing.
Show me the section of the Indian Penal Code that says thou shalt not commit murder.
No, no, it doesn't say thou shalt not commit murder. It says that if
That
you commit
so it
murder, this is what
says there are
happens.
going to be punishment if you commit
Yes,
murder.
right.
Right. So herein lies the problem. There are so many things that have been violated out here. This is more than just cash. Cash for questions, cash for query has already been established as a criminal offense based on the previous cases that have happened out here. Okay. Number one. Number two, there is false declaration and misdeclaration of assets, because if you've been getting emeralds and diamonds and bags worth 10, 15 lakhs of rupees and you're not declaring them in your assets, knowing their value, that is again a financial fraud. Crime
But
number
these are
two.
allegations right now. These are in the realm of allegations. These are not
No, no,
proven.
no. If you look at the bags and things like that, it's already proven. The Rolex is already proven. The photographs have all been provided. Okay. Number three, apparently in the other affidavit, the receipts have also been provided and the cash transactions have also been provided. Number three, and this is probably the most serious of the lot. You see, under the representation of
आज
people,
वैसे का net has gone. हाँ.
Doesn't matter.
so
Huh.
sad. Under the
Huh.
Representation of People Act, it is Mahua Moitra who's the representative of the people and has the privilege of asking these questions. Darshan Hiranandani and whoever accessed it from Piscataway, New Jersey, is not a representative of the people and does not have the right to ask these questions. Ultimately, you see, it's going to take very little to establish. The process of establishing an IP address is extremely simple.
Simple.
You find the IP address,
Yeah.
ask the local law enforcement which computer it belonged to, or you don't even have to go to local law enforcement. You ask the manufacturer because there's a lot of detail already in the IP address. You ask the manufacturer who it was sold to, they'll give you an instant reply.
No, no.
Once that
Look,
has come about,
on this,
comes an automatic subversion of the Representation of People Act,
people's act.
which is a crime so heinous that we still don't even have a law against it. But I'm sure the jurisprudence around it will evolve. There are multiple cases. I count at least about 15 to 16 different crimes cumulatively, all of which they're going to come down very, very hard on. Because remember, what is at stake out here is possibly financial treason, that you've colluded with a foreign company called Hindenburg in order to aid their short selling efforts. I think a lot more pressure will come about when the alleged immovable assets are allegedly revealed.
Two things. You see, what is in the domain of parliament will happen and happen very, very fast. What is with the domain of courts? You see, I think will take more than slightly longer because I expect that she'll be represented by pretty good lawyers. And if you look at our legal process, this will take a fairly long period of time. And she is not short of resources. So uh, before that happens, before she actually goes to jail, a long time will elapse. Uh, I believe when it comes to these particular cases, she's possibly working on a safety net, or somebody is working for a safety net on her behalf. But I think cards will be revealed soon when Parliament opens.
Pallavi, is there a safety net from what
But
you're
to be
hearing?
fair to her, she would want to have a safety net. Who wouldn't? I mean, everyone has the
Of
right to
course.
defend himself,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, so I think she's. I know. I think if anyone is thinking that she is very unnerved, she is. Obviously,
Of
anyone would
course,
be.
she's unknown.
But any that she's so unnerved that she's not going to fight back is getting it wrong. I mean, she is definitely going to fight back, and she is preparing a lot
But
of masala, and she's getting all her things ready. I don't know who her legal team will be. I mean, her legal team will also have to do a lot of hard work also to break down all those arguments. But she's not just up against the Adani, she's also up against the government of the BJP in a sense, huh? Because her attacks are not just against the corporate house, it's also against the prime minister. And that's
look,
what they're trying to prove those
her
charges against her.
her barbs are against the prime minister. Her attacks have been against Adani. Okay,
No, no,
let's
but
get
tell
one
me
thing clear.
something, Dipankar. Weren't they trying to prove this that she was also asking questions because she wanted to tarnish the image of both the Adanis plus the prime minister?
Okay, that's why I said the barbs were against the prime minister. You see, the charges were against the Adanis. Let's face one thing. She has fired her bullets where Adani is concerned. She has fired most of her bullets where Adani is concerned, and the Adanis seem to have taken them and possibly are on the path of recovery. I'm not too sure whether she has any other bullets left to fire.
Oh, she has.
Let's see.
I'm not going to reveal, but I have just been told that she has a lot of masala people close to her claim that she has against the Adanis, against Nishikant, and against Jay, obviously. But she's going to
Uh,
Yeah.
fight back. So it's going to be. I mean, to be fair, I guess she has every right to fight back. Na? How much will
of
that
course
fight
she
help
does.
her?
Of course she does. But I believe now she has nothing. I believe she has nothing. She has decibel power, no doubt about it. Tweets
Hmm.
well, no doubt about it. But as to whether she has material to shock, I'm not too sure about that.
And the
See,
case is also
I
against
think
her. No,
her
it's not
voice
against
is the
Nishikant.
most
So.
powerful voice in India today, speaking against the forces of Nazism and fascism as embodied by this highly intolerant government. And I think we should all join Mahua Moitra ji. I think we should all trend the hashtag, Desh ka neta kaisa ho, Mahua jaisa ho, and hashtag Modi hatao, Mahua le aao.
The other accusation I saw on Twitter was that she wants to start her own political party, and the kind of the plan was to
Yeah.
start her own party.
She's
And
never
just,
been, Advaita, a very
no,
strong
Abhijit
political
is
person,
agreeing.
You think so? She wants to do it and she will do it at two different things.
See, I think if she starts her own political party, she's going to be the next prime minister. I think within 6 months, she has the support of the people of India and the traction to win 400 seats in parliament. I can't tell you, everywhere I go, the youth of this country are so completely electrified by her speeches in parliament and by her courage. That I know for a fact that whatever party she starts will win 400 seats in the next election.
Okay.
Ah,
We're
it,
So we should be
speechless.
nice to her, and we should be
it
nice to
could be
Abhijit also.
it could be turn out to be true if she joins the BJP. So
I don't think that's ever going to happen, but I mean, never say never in politics, they say, but
stranger things have happened. Stranger things have happened.
stranger things have happened. But I mean, yeah, who could have guessed like Sheila Rashid, for example, would be saying the things that
Imagine.
she's saying today? Yeah. So anything can happen, really. And people have a right to change their minds, their
But
opinions.
no, but Sheila Rashid is so in your face, so bizarre. मतलब क्या नहीं बोलती थी यार?
Hmm.
And how this entire ecosystem was jumping in her defense, and now these people are very conveniently quiet.
I have gotten a very curious comment right now from a follower. When I tweeted out her financials earlier today, somebody called Pegasus191 has replied, saying she stays forcibly in the Alipur flat of Pavan Kumar Ruia, no rent, just forcible occupation. I don't know about
Who's
that. Can somebody
who's
confirm?
Pavan Kumar Ruia?
The industrialist, the Ruia family.
Oh, acha, the Ruia family. Okay. Acha, we don't know, yeah, so we can't.
I don't know
Acha.
how you. I don't think she's dumb enough to stay in someone's house like as an illegal squatter. I don't think that.
This there's nothing.
Yeah.
Dumbness has nothing to do with this. This is
Yeah,
hubris.
nah,
Look,
yeah.
look.
It's
I
also
don't relate
some.
out. This
Advaita,
is
frankly speaking, giving a
hubris.
login also was not the right thing to do. I mean,
No, no, of course.
that's also so foolish.
If you're in a
But
for example, I can only draw a parallel with corporate life. If you're in corporate life and you give your login to somebody outside of your company or some to anybody really, apart from the IT guy and your boss who has access to it, you'll be in deep trouble. It's a sackable offense. So that's the
yeah.
parallel that I draw as far as that is concerned. Now, whether it reaches the level of treason and things like that, that is something. It depends on how they present the case to the public, at least.
I don't
See,
think
I don't understand anything. I
the
mean, everything,
threshold
for
for
example,
treason hasn't been breached here. No.
no, but we do everything through the phones also, right? Even if she was traveling, you just have to use your cell phone to log in, no? This thing of typing in, I write my entire script on the phone. I mean, if I can do it, she's bigger, smarter.
Is she?
Yeah.
Abhijit, Abhijit, I want a bag. Yeah, some Karanveer has just written that he wants to present his mother a bag and he wants to know which brand to buy for her.
See, currently it depends on your budget, but personally,
Oh, there,
my
Karanveer. See.
50 to 60,000.
my,
Budget
my
is 50
personal
to
favorite
60.
is the red leather Grace Kelly bag by Chanel. I think you should really get that one.
Trying to buy her an expensive purse which looks good. Do you have any suggestion?
Yeah, the Chanel bag is going to be way beyond 60,000 rupees, which is what is his outer limit. So maybe Michael Kors, I think, would be more, or Coach, Michael Kors. Those are more bags in that budget, if I'm not mistaken.
I have a
Kate
Coach
Spade,
ka bag. Utne
Kate
ka hi hai.
Spade, Coach, Michael Kors. Those would be the.
What do these bags do? Do they produce food? Do they produce clothes? I mean, come on, yeah. 40,
I
60.
think it's a woman thing. Yeah. Deepanka, come on, yeah. I mean, I can also ask why do men buy such
Pallavi,
expensive
do
cars,
you have
expensive
designer?
bags?
Do you
I
have
don't.
designer bags, Pallavi? Do you
I
have?
have a Coach and an MK. MK was a gift, yeah, guys, but I did not ask any question. But Coach, I bought it now. अब तुझे भी समझ में नहीं आता why should I spend more than
Listen,
50,000
for a
rupees on this
Abhijit,
journalist,
bag?
did you hear
journalist
that?
a question.
Yeah, she got a
That's
bag
what
for not asking a
as
question.
important as asking a question.
My
I got
God.
an MK
Nothing.
bag not to ask a question, not to ask a question. It was a pun.
There
I
you go.
would
She's admitting.
I would really recommend you go
Abhijit,
watch
Abhijit,
the
1 second.
series.
Abhijit, hang on. Breaking news, Pallavi just said I was given an MK bag not to ask a
That,
question.
Good question.
that's wrong.
Pallavi, the journalist, has said that. Breaking news, guys, please make it viral.
Now
She
I'm going to
just
be
admitted.
told, yeah, that's not what I said. It was a joke, guys. Someone is trying to malign me. By the
So,
way,
so
my dark name is also Mahua.
I want you all to go look
Oh,
at the
what?
series I've done on bags.
I thought you knew it. At my
I've
yeah,
done a whole
bhai se.
series on bags on Twitter. I've so far done some iconic bag by Yves Saint Laurent. I have done a lousy Vuitton ka bag. I've done two lousy Vuitton ka bags. And I show they're not worth the money. So Karanveer, really don't spend your money on crap. Go to some nice place called Aldo, Shaldo and all. और उधर 11,000 का तुमको अच्छा सा बैग मिल जाएगा
What are
वही
you show?
काफी.
Acha, Dipankar is showing us his bag. कितने का था? 500.
250 years.
Listen, I'll show you my
Adwaita.
bag.
But it
My
carries
bag.
stuff there. But it carries
My
stuff.
bag is this. Use it for everything.
Gosh. Oh my God. Like, I wouldn't even dream of having a bag under 20 lakhs.
Yes.
I don't get it either. Yeah, I think the bags and shoes and all that stuff. I like cars. I would spend on a car for sure.
Can't even spend on an automatic. Kharida to manual
I
kharida.
don't I don't drive automatics. I like gear shifts. I don't like
But I think
automatic.
her car's nice, yeah. I've sat in her car.
No, no. She needs to get a proper automatic, then we'll take it
I don't like
seriously.
automatic. Automatics are like there's no joy in driving an automatic, you
There's
know.
a heap of joy in driving. It saves you spondylitis.
It's like nothing. Like, it's just the
You
car's
know,
doing everything.
people who drive manuals after about see Advaita, now you're hosting the show like this. In about 3-4 years, तुम्हारा spondylitis हो जाएगा with all the gear shift. You'll be coming like this, Advaita anti or like this. This is how Advaita will be hosting. Oh, Sunday Club, welcome to Sunday Club. Uy, ma. এখানে ব্যথা করছে। Oh, ma. Hmm.
Yes, Pallavi, they're saying ask questions. Uh, in on behalf
Especially
of Mahindra, you might get an XUV 700.
Okay, Adwaita, you ask a question, please.
They're fueling your alleged corruption. They're giving you ideas on how to use your position. I think our viewers are so helpful, really.
Hmm. Look, Rashmi Karnawat asked a very important question, which is the best city car?
Honda Elevate, no?
No, Honda Elevate, the quality inside isn't good, Babu. It's a very poor quality. So, I'm going to recommend either, that Grand Vitara, whatever, the Toyota name is something else, the Suzuki name is something else, but that's a fantastic city car. If you want something smaller, the problem with smaller cars is they don't have safety. Safety is an issue, boss. नहीं तो फिर Ertiga ले लो. It's like an Innova. It's a
No, the seats are not comfortable, please. No, the seats are
it's
not
actually very
comfortable at
comfortable and the suspension is
all.
way better than Innova. Yeah.
No, 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 no,
No,
no,
no,
no.
no, no. You don't know anything.
Sorry,
Go in
sorry,
for
sorry.
XL6. Go in for the Nexa XL6. It's fantastic.
Toyota High Rider, Rohit is saying.
Huh.
Toyota
High
High
rider
Rider.
is the
Overpriced.
version.
Overpriced.
Huh. Nahin. So
Overpriced.
go in for these two, or you can go in for the this one. The Glanza thing. That's also a very good car. But those
Hmm.
would be the city cars. Please don't go in for things like Wagonar and things like that. You think they're very cute and small in the city. They're actually extremely dangerous. The safety ratings on that are not good. You don't want that kind of a car. So look for a good safety rating even within the city.
Yeah, very important. Very, very important. And I think everyone should just move to smaller cars. If they can get the safety rating up, just move to smaller cars. Everywhere you go to in India, you are always stuck in a traffic jam. We just have too many cars on the road. We have too many
Yes.
people, and our
Oh.
फिर
Oh
से
my
गई है.
God. Oh. But look at that photo. I mean,
A
But you
lovely
know,
photo.
frankly speaking, before buying a car, she should need a proper net. You know, my brother also who started saying
जिसका
this. He said,
इंटरनेट
like,
इतना खराब है उससे तुम क्या गाड़ी खरीदने का एडवाइस लेगा तुम
no,
लोग?
but doesn't she have an inverter or something like that, or generator or
अरे
something in her
कुछ
house?
नहीं, ये तो we had to shame her into buying a proper camera and a proper mic and everything, and clearly she still hasn't bought it. And people on the on Twitter were volunteering to buy her one, that also she didn't want. पता नहीं किस पे वो सब XUV 700 पे, she bought a Mahindra XUV 700, सब उस पे खर्चा कर दिया और कुछ नहीं किया, तो अब
But
क्या
कितने
बचे?
में आता है यार? Inverter is not expensive यार. That's
It's
15,000
not.
में मिल
She
जाएगा.
doesn't even have money for that. No, this is why I'm telling you. See, this is why she didn't want to spend that 2 extra lakhs
I
going
think
into
she has
cosmetics.
money, but she doesn't
And
want to
now
spend it
instead
on
of
that.
Advaita Kala, she's going to be spondylitis Kala, who will come on the program after 2 years like this. Iwa, bata kuchi, ui, wait, honey, bata kuchi, patne
But she
bata
has a
kuchi,
driver, yeah.
bata kuchi, ori baba.
oh, she's a driver.
She has a driver. I remember the last time I sat in a car with her. There was a driver. There was a chauffeur there.
Chalo. Acha.
What do you think is going to happen in the state elections?
Of course, I have a driver.
Oh,
Doesn't any?
one other car, very good car. Because this Tarun Dalwani asked, which is the best 7-seater under 25 lakhs? Kia Carens, fantastic car.
What is
But
wrong with you? You've seen the clearance of that car.
But
There's no.
everyone is talking about Kia not
what
being
are
a
you
great car,
talking
yeah.
about? Kia
What are you
Carens
talking
is a fantastic car. It's got fantastic clearance. What are you talking about, Advaita Kala?
Okay, we can argue this later because someone is also saying Sunday Club is not a car club show, where
No,
he's
it is.
absolutely right.
It's
Very,
everything
very
under
right. Very, very
it's
true.
everything under the stand we can discuss. Kia Carens car ground clearance, dekh lo. It's 195 mm. It's industry leading ground clearance. Okay, you're
Anyway, Sunday
considering
Club.
something else.
Anyway, viewers, do like, share, and subscribe. It's very important because I need to buy that Jeep Grand Cherokee. It's very, very important.
I just want to
So
point out
you
that the
just,
Jeep stops in like 5 inches of water, the Jeep will stop.
I
Okay.
don't care.
Better
It's
off
I've
buying-
wanted it since 1994. Okay, when there was the Laredo. Since then, I've wanted the Jeep Grand Cherokee. So
कैसे
please
होगा? She'll
like
better become an MP. She should contest from Krishnanagar next time round.
who.
Yes. Yes.
You,
And
Advaita
Oh,
and
I
yes.
just saw how much MPs are paid. Yeah,
So
it's
the
and
lovely thing is in Bengal, Advaita's name would be pronounced Advaita Kola. Kola is the
Kola.
same as banana. So you see, Advaita banana will make a fantastic shop.
By the way, I'll let you all
Kola
know.
रास्ते पे गिरेगा और shop कोला पे फिसलेगा.
I will let you all know that because of Kahani, I'm reasonably well known in West Bengal. Okay,
see,
no, you're
because
I
not.
know कहानी yeah.
You're not.
well, on that note, we've got one more month left for the end of the year, so let's take this channel up to 50K. Oh, that'll be nice, won't it?
You have to do it every Sunday to take it up to 50K. You don't have the discipline that I do to do that.
Okay,
Actually,
then will you be here at 7 o'clock every day? Because then we'll do it.
No, every Sunday you should be. If you call it Sunday Club, you can't
yes.
have it on Tuesday, Wednesday, every day.
see,
Absolutely.
so Advaita, that's his hurt because we did a Sunday club on a Wednesday and he was not invited.
He's
invited.
always invited. He always has like, I have a dinner to go to. I have a this whose dinner? Oh, I can't really reveal. so so Miss Gatsby is
What's wrong with that? What's wrong
all
with
over
See, I
town,
actually
all over
have a life.
town.
Unlike the rest of you, I actually have a life. Okay.
Oh yeah, right, Abhijit. Come on.
All right, everybody, do like, share, subscribe. Remember, I have to buy that Jeep Grand Cherokee, so please do the needful.
And a bag also.
I don't want a bag, please.
I want a bag now. I want a Louis Vuitton.
That Sandeep Ghosh will get for you. Most people
अरे
on
यार
the
वो
chat
फोन
will say,
नहीं दिया
Get
उसने
yourself,
बंदा.
get
Or
yourself,
Pallavi, you have to do your own show. You have
get
to do
yourself
your own show.
a 6 or a Kia Carens. Don't get the Jeep Laredo. Trust me on this, or whatever it is.
whatever. I'm not saying Jeep Compass and all. Please don't get the Jeep Compass. I am very specific what I want. I'm very
Okay.
specific what I want. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching. And it'll drive great in the hills also. Okay, everybody, thank you for
You're in
watching.
Dehradun now. You're in Dehradun now.
Yeah, I'm in Uttarakhand.
I really hope those Uttarkashi people come out. I'm feeling so bad, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I
been
know.
like 15 days.
I don't
Every day
have.
I'm told they're coming out, and अब तो कोई बोलना भी बंद कर दिया है.
No, I was pretty certain they were coming out yesterday, and I don't like talk about it because I don't want to jinx it or get to like
Yeah,
hopeful.
even
So
I'm also not tracking it. I'm very bad. I'm feeling very
I am
terrible.
tracking it though, I have to admit, and it's 4.5 hours from here, so I've been so tempted to drive down there,
No, but
but
they've issued an advisory.
what
There
do
are
you
too many
do?
media
Yeah,
people there, and they're also
yeah. I
obstructing
mean,
the
not
work.
for the
So it's best
media
to stay
thing,
away.
but just I mean, just to. Oh, so sweet! I got a down payment, guys. Oh,
Oh my
thanks so
God,
much.
so that is
Thank
so
you.
sweet.
hundred
Oh,
Oh,
dollars.
$100.
how sweet. Oh,
Oh,
oh yes. Thank you so much. See,
that's so nice,
Bengali,
yeah.
Roy, I'm telling you, I can go to Kolkata and I can go
She
to
can
West.
see. This is her pitch. She's going to contest from Krishna now.
Om Roy has put down the biggest payment for Kachakola that anybody has put down.
$100, yeah. Imagine, yeah.
I'm telling you.
But
And
whom
by
to
the
meet
way,
there?
my
Kachakola
family is
কাঁচা
also in
কলা
Tamil.
কাঁচা কলা দিয়ে মাছের ঝোল আমার স্পেশালিটি, বুঝলে তো? কাঁচা কলাকে মদলে ভেজে সেই যে রুই মাছে সঙ্গে ভেজে ওই যে মাছের ঝোল তৈরি হয়, ওরে বাবা কি দারুণ, একেবারে দারুণ।
By the way, I mean, I do have also a bond connection because my great grandparents were in Komila, West Bengal. I mean,
What
Bangladesh.
Okay.
what were they
I
doing
shall
there?
convey it some way to a
They had
TMC
they
that you
had
have a candidate
farmland
now.
and things like that.
Oh,
Yeah. So lost all of that. I think the house has now become a school or something.
good.
So that's what it is. My uncle, actually, my grand uncle used to roam around with the property papers for many, many years, but of course, nothing came back. So there you go. But everybody, so that's my bond connection. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. Thank you,
Thank you,
Soham, for
Soham, especially $100. Yeah, I can't believe it.
us deeply. No one's been so kind to us on this show, really. Not even Abhijit.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. See you soon. Bye for
Yeah.
now. Thank you.